Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my channel where I do my thing. How are you? Tonight I'm going to do a reading for Libra, and I'm going to do a couple more. Hopefully, I'm up and long enough to be able to do that. But tonight I'm starting with Libra, and there's a lot happening on the planet. So I may just do a collective reading or what I used to call a cosmic energy report. I think that is what I'm probably going to do, and where I'm going to talk about the forces that are happening right now on the planet. But let's get started with Libra. So, all you Libras, cross watchers, if you have a lot of Libra in your chart, like I have, sometimes people are like a Cancer or something, but they have like four planets in Libra, or they're Gemini and their Jupiter is Libra and their moon and their rising. And when you have a lot of other placements that are the one that I'm doing the reading for, it could very well be for you as well. Like I have a ton of Pisces in my chart, so I often listen to even though I'm an Aquarius, I usually listen to Pisces as well. So hopefully this will be useful for you guys. So I'm going to ask for a message from the universe. I've got the cards. Let me shuffle them. Um, okay, universe, please, let's have a message for Libra. Libra, 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 please, Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. Message for Libra coming from the universe, Holy Spirit, Most High, guardian angels, and messengers. Will you please give me a message for Libra? Okay, how many more shuffles? I'm seeing, okay. Yes, okay. This is what I'm seeing is they're saying yes. Get my glasses on. Okay, Libra, you got some work to do, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, Libra, interesting. All righty. It's not bad, but I can see where you're stuck in a few places, Libra. So let's get into it. First of all, oh, and I don't like these to be too long, so I'm going to set my clock and just try to stick at a certain figure. Okay. Your first card up is Five of Wands reversed, which means the conflict's over, the battle's over. Like you've been in a battle, you felt defeated, and it was more in your head more than anything, but you felt defeated, and it's over. But the thing is, this is when it's like this, Libra, when it's reversed, it's somebody who constantly wants to fight and wants to constantly start arguments with people. Are you doing this, Libra? Please don't. 'Cause this is your foundation, one of your foundation cards to start the reading. Or maybe you were stabbed in the back, and so you're feeling hurt, you're feeling wounded, and so you're lashing out. And this is just constant competition, maybe unfair competition, and this is how you're starting your reading out. So if this is you, like maybe you do this with your spouse, your friends, your coworkers, I don't know, but this is a character flaw that you need to look at. And on top of that, it explains it quite well, is you have the Ten of Wands. You're feeling burdened in many ways. And the Ten of Wands is also about mind control, about being mentally oppressed. So if you look at this card closely, you can see that inside of this cage, these bars is a yin and a yang, and it's behind the bars. But if you really look at it, none of the bars are connected to the wall. It's just a mental prison that you've allowed yourself to get into, Libra. I'm trying not to get on your case here, and this is what the cards are telling me. Um, for some reason, you're still in a mental prison. And I don't know what's going on in your life, why this is going on in your life, but it's up to you to free yourself from any kind of oppressive circumstances. And sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes it takes a long time. Maybe you have a bunch of kids, or maybe you're sick or something. I don't know. But this is a mind control factor that's affecting your ability to awaken, to be free, and to be healthy. And these two go together right here. The fact that you're always fighting, you're feeling oppressed, is because you do feel oppressed. You feel burdened. And what is your burden? What can you lift? What is it, Libra? I want you to take a look at what is it you think you're burdened by that you can let go of. Secondly, and then crossing you, which is about to happen to you, and this is going to happen for a lot of people, is you're going to have a massive spiritual awakening. This is a fabulous card, and I'm really glad that you got it right now because it sets the tone for the rest of the reading. Then when it's crossing like this is a certain the Celtic spread that I do. When it's crossing you like that, what it means is that it's about to happen to you. And that it is happening. It's starting. And this one is like the highest spiritual awakening card, and it's upright. So it means you're about to go into a massive spiritual awakening. So you need to, it's the multiverse unbound is what that's called. It's like you being unlimited into the universe. You need to get ready for that because it's going to be a shocker, Libra. And maybe you've been too comfortable too long. What I know about Libras, having had a lot of them in my life, including, a spouse and a few others, comfort is more important to them than anything. Also looking good in the world, and they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want anybody to say anything bad about them. They don't want to, be pushed beyond their comfort zone. They just want to kind of cruise. And not all Libras are like that, but a lot of them are like that. And the point is that I'm not trying to be down on Libras. I'm just saying that it's normal for a Libra to want to be kind of happy, sociable, and at home all the time, and just kind of with their spouse and their family and everything. So it's hard for them to break through to their spiritual awakening, but you have to. And it's going to happen anyway. So just get ready. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys are bad or anything. I'm just saying that when it hits you, you're going to be ready to come out of your comfort zone because you won't be allowed to stay there anymore. Then on the very bottom is a good card. This is the foundational card of this reading, is the Daughter of Stones, which would be actually the Page of Pentacles. So this is possibilities. This particular card and all these little spheres back here represent many possibilities ahead for you. I think you have a new life coming, Libra, a whole new life, whatever that may be for you. I don't know. Every one of you is different. Just, drop what doesn't relate to you. If anything I say it doesn't sound like anything that you would do or be, just, you don't have to buy into it. But good things are coming for you. This is, after you get through this, that's what this was you being kind of stuck at home and maybe not growing or whatever it was. And then you get this blast of a spiritual awakening, and then suddenly you have all these possibilities are going to come for you. And then you can decide what you want to do. It'll be a whole new life. And it looks like in your immediate past, you've had a new beginning. Something's already started for you. I don't know what it is, but it's a new beginning. And then in your future, it looks like you might lose some of that comfort. This is the Four of Wands reversed, and this usually represents a happy home. I'm not saying you're going to get a divorce or anything like that, but when you get, when the comfort becomes too comfortable and it's too long and it's too many years, you might get shaken up because you're going to have a spiritual awakening. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose your house or anything. It just means that something's coming to change up what you're used to, and maybe your home life is going to be a little rocky. It could be nothing more than just a new job, or your spouse gets a new job, or, it could be a lot of different things. Doesn't mean a divorce or bankruptcy or anything. It just means a change. So, when the four wands are upright, it's like a happy home and a marriage and everything. When it's this way, it's like some kind of change is coming to your life, to your comfortable life. So you got two cards there, three really, that show that. And then here, the good news is this is Libra anyway, Libra energy. This is the Two of Stones, which would be the Two of Pentacles, harmony. This deck is different than a regular tarot deck, by the way. So it's more esoteric. It goes deeper into your spiritual subconscious and everything. This shows that you have balanced your male and female, and at least you are at this point balanced, which is very good because that means you're ready for the next step in spiritual awakening. And now it looks like you're going to head into that. So it looks to me like you're supposed to be a spiritual seeker, but you're resisting it. This is the Son of Cups, and which would be either the Knight or the Page of Cups. And you want it to be this way because this is the one who plunges into the murky waters here and seeks out his spiritual journey. But you have it this way. And by the way, it could be any gender. This could be female. It means you're resisting your spiritual awakening and you don't want to go any further. You want to stop right here. And sorry, you're not going to stop right. Well, it looks like you're going to fight it for a while. Um, because the next card up is what you're thinking. Now, this is in your mind, by the way. I mean, you're kind of like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to change. But the universe is going to make you. You really cannot resist. Part of the reason you're doing this is that you've kind of lost faith in yourself, Libra. Maybe something happened. This is what I get, is that something happened. There's some oppression in you that makes you feel like you can't go forward. And maybe you didn't tell the truth about something. And so now you're feeling either ashamed or depressed or embarrassed or something. You might have been selfish. And so it's kind of backfiring on you, or you might have like not no longer you feel not as much faith in your ability to get something accomplished that you once did. So you're kind of taking desperate actions. And does this sound like you, Libra? I don't know. No, I'm certainly not. I know Libras that are doing fantastically. So I'm not trying to get on Libras tonight. This is what is coming up in the reading. That's all I'm saying. That did you take some desperate actions to try to make up for something? Because that's what this is. And it's because you don't want to change. And the only thing constant is change. The only other thing constant is God's love. You will always change. Your body changes every day. Your cells change. You have all new cells every 7 years. You can't avoid change. So the question is, how and what are you going to change and when are you going to change? So then the next two cards are showing me your resistance. I'm going to have to do a clarification of this reading because you're showing a tremendous amount of resistance here. And we need that to change. So your next card up is the Father of Swords reversed. This would be the King of Swords in the other decks. And this would be the good father, the guardian father, but instead this is a cold father. He's like, no, you can't tell me what to do, and I'm going to be a tyrant. I'm going to be difficult. And this goes along with these two cards, like, I don't want to change and you can't make me. Okay, well, God will make you. I can't, and nobody else can make you but yourself, but God can. There comes a time in everyone's life, Libra, where changes are mandatory because it's in your divine timeline. You can look at it in your astrological chart. I can tell you right now, 11:11 on the timer, by the way, that if you were to go to a Vedic astrologer, the best in the world, by the way, that they would tell you exactly, almost to the day, that you will be forced to change by the universe. When I went, I was blown away at how accurate she was by every event. Without telling her anything, she just looked at my chart and said, this happened to you on this day, this happened on this day, this happened on that day. And I'm like, yep, that's what happened. She said, I can tell you what's coming for you. I didn't want to know. But she did say you have a 40-year karmic cycle, which ends when you're older. Thank God it's over for me. But if we were to look at your chart, Libra, excuse me, my face is starting to itch, which happens when I tell the truth, when God starts to speak through me. Um, there would be a point in time at which you would be pushed into your awakening. What I'm seeing here with this crossing you, it's now. You're going to be pushed into your awakening, whether you like it or not. Sorry, you know, why not just go flow with it? It's not going to be a bad thing. It might be scary in the beginning, but it's not going to be bad. So this is you resisting change. This is you being the stubborn father figure or just male figure. And again, it could be a female, but this is mainly male in this one. Well, actually, no, there is a female down here. When you actually have a lot of good possibilities coming, you're just not willing to look at it yet. And then your final outcome card, which is really bad. I hate to say it. You shouldn't let this happen. This is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this means you're refusing to see the truth and you're refusing to wake up. And when you resist like this, you can guarantee you're going to have a tower moment sooner or later. When you have a tower moment, it's way worse than when you just say, okay, I surrender. Where do I go next? What am I supposed to do to wake up? So Libra's heading for a tower moment if you don't allow yourself to wake up. Okay, I'm going to clarify some of these cards. So we're going to clarify that. We're going to clarify, let's clarify the reverse father. Let's clarify the Son of Cups. Let's clarify your possibilities that are coming. And and how about your mind control issues, whatever those are? What is going on, Libra? Come on, you guys. I love Libras for a lot of reasons. Some of my very closest friends are Libras. You guys are fun to be with. You're sociable, you're friendly, you're tender, you're sweet. You're ruled by Venus. So, don't think I'm against Libras. There's a lot of goodness in Libra. They like to be in partnership, they like to be married or in a relationship. They tend to be very loving. So a lot of good things about Libras, but they can be wishy-washy and indecisive. So I think you're having a hard time deciding, Libra. So I'm going to clarify these 5 cards, please. Holy Spirit, what are these 5 cards? Now, those of you who have a lot of Libra, like some people I know, this is going to be for you as well. You need to listen. And let's see what happens. Okay, clarification for these 5 cards, please. Clarification for these 5 cards. Okay, 2 more shuffles. Yes? Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, Libra. Yeah, I see. Well, it's pretty clear here what needs to happen. The reason why you're not waking up is you're resisting mourning. You're grieving something from the past, most likely, and you're not willing to have those feelings come to the surface. So you got 2 cards that show that it's really important for you to feel your feelings. And it's hard to mourn. It's hard to grieve. It really is. I've grieved so many situations in this lifetime. It's amazing that I got through it. But this is the 3 of Swords, which is mourning, and it's reversed. When it's reversed, it means you're not willing to do your grieving. You're not willing to feel the feelings. The next card that's clarifying the Father card of that's reversed is that there are blockages, that everything's slowed down because you're refusing to wake up. You're refusing to grieve. And so the changes are slowed down or not the changes, but just your opportunities and your waking up is slowed down because of your refusal to feel. And then the next card up is, in order for you to become the seeker you're supposed to be and the person that that you were born to be, you need to have your emotions overflowing. And for men, this is hard, I know. But this is what you're gonna have to do, boys. It's okay. It's okay to feel, it's okay to cry, it's okay to grieve. And it's even okay to be angry as long as you're not abusing anybody. Maybe somebody hurt you, maybe somebody betrayed you. Maybe you lost your loved one. Maybe your parents hurt you. I don't know what it is, but this is not a grieving card. This is just overflowing emotions, and this is Three of Cups, which is good. It's good when you have lots. It's kind of happiness, lots of a lot, because there's happiness in there too. So all your emotions are going to come to the surface, and it's going to heal you because your feelings are healing. And then what's going to happen is another stab at awakening. Yeah, this one's reversed. So this is another spiritual awakening card that you're not quite there yet. You're still resisting it. But the card after that, which is qualifying, and this spiritual awakening is qualifying the Daughter of Stones. And that your possibilities are going to come when you let yourself wake up. That's what that means. The next card we're qualifying is the Ten of Wands, which is oppression, burdens. And you got the Seven of Wands, which is courage. When you gather your courage and face those burdens and you face the mind control issues, whatever it is, like maybe you don't want to go against what your parents told you to do. Maybe you don't want to go at what your church told you to do. Maybe you don't want to go against what your friends want you to do, or your wife or your husband wants you to do. But something or somebody has oppressed your mind and your life to the point where you feel burdened and controlled. And that's going to break when you get some courage, when you stir up some courage, okay? On the bottom you have, okay, well, that card we'll talk about later. So let's do another row. Okay, so as you do your mourning, out comes the upright father card in the right position. This is the good father. So this would be the Father of Cups, a loving male figure, which after you've done your grieving, you're able to do. So you got to get to it. And then until you've done that, your new start is blocked. So this is a passionate new start, a sensual new start with maybe a new partner, new job, something. But it's not on the upright because you haven't really done the work yet. When you've done the work, this is going to flip around. I promise you. You can't just live in the shadows forever. You got to get out there. So we got this defeat card again reversed, which shows that you are, well, this is the card of the one who argues. And now you got on top of the Three of Cups with the emotions. Instead of constantly arguing, get to the bottom. Why are you arguing? What is it that's got your feelings hurt? Feel it, say it out loud. Because arguing is sort of like dancing around the truth. Like, well, I don't like it that you did this, I want you to do this or that, or I'm pissed off at you. Okay, what's underneath that? Who hurt? Where are you hurt? Feel the grief, feel the sorrow, feel the loss instead of just yelling at people. Yeah, because this is about constant arguing, fighting with people. So this is your issue right now. And as a result, you're the hanged man. You're kind of hanging in limbo, waiting. And you're just about ready to break free, I think. I really do. Because this one is reversed. When it's like this, you're kind of more stuck, but when it's like this, you're less stuck. So you're going to move through it one way or the other. You can either do it the easy way or the hard way. You can either resist or you can flow. It's up to you. Now, the last card here that's qualifying the courage and the mental oppression is illusions. This is what's holding you back, Seven of Cups. You're caught up in some mental illusions about life, like life is a bowl of cherries or it's a box of chocolates and everything's good and I'm having a good time and all's good, and everything's cool, but it isn't because you got a lot of conflict in here and a lot of suppressed emotions and a lot of blocked opportunities, and you're living in a state of illusion. It's Disneyland, it's the Wizard of Oz, it's like whatever you've created it to be, that's where you're living, Libra, and not going to wake up there, I can tell you that much. So let's do one last row and then I'll pull an energy card. See where we're at with the time. Okay, we're just about done. Let's do a five more minutes. Okay, one more row. And yeah, your work opportunities are not coming through because of all this. That's what's on the bottom. Okay, so you got the Five of Cups reversed, which is disappointment. But this is actually good when it's reversed because then you're starting to get over it. Like you know you're disappointed and you know you have to do something about it. And you're thinking it over. That's what I get here. You're thinking over what you're going to do to change everything in your life. And the next step is the Chariot reversed, which means you're not taking action. And this is on top of the new start. You're not taking action towards your new start. You're reversed. And we just need that's your willpower. The Chariot stands for your willpower, and you're not moving forward right now because you're stuck. You're not sure what it is you want to do. And as a Libra, that making decisions will be your biggest uh, character flaw or difficulty. You need to buckle down and do it no matter what. You need to make a decision. And then comes your power is still reversed here because of your constant fighting. It's on top of the fighting card. Instead of fighting, feel. No fighting, feel. Feel your feelings, get them out. And then, your power is reduced when you're fighting all the time. It's just you're expending all your energy on fighting. Okay, and then comes this is good. See, once you decide to make a decision, in comes success. Six of Stones, Six of Pentacles, which means you've started to work on something. This is the Six of Stones. And in the other deck, it would be Six of Pentacles, which means you're beginning to work on a project of some kind towards your goals. And success is inevitable. That's what it says here. And you need to make sure, and your final card here on top of the Seven of Cups, which is illusions, is this is not a good card. This is the party monster. It's like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I want to have a good time. I don't care about anybody. This is what needs to change for you, Libra. I don't know who I'm talking to because I know lots of Libras who are not like this. So this is someone who's really irresponsible and is partying and it's just like, I don't care and I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. This is not who you need to be. And this really needs to change. I'm going to pull up a card in the middle. Let's change this card, please. This one card for me, Spirit. Okay, good. Well, you got the Hermit, which means you got to go into your healing. That's what this is. Go into solitude and silence and do your healing. And that's going to get rid of these negative, addictive behaviors and no decisions and blocked. And you can't make me and I'm going to be a rebel and whatever. You don't need that anymore. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do a couple energy cards and then I'll wrap it up. And that went by fast. So, it's like we're almost out of the 5 minutes. Probably going to end up being about 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to do this, Libra. Libra energy, please. Libra energy. Libra energy cards, please. Libra energy. Libra energy, 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 please. Libra energy. Okay, one more. Now they're telling me to do a little bit more. Okay, Libra energy, please. Yes. Okay. What do we got for Libra? Woo, Libra. Oh, Libra, something's happening. Jeez. Oh, Libra, what's going on with you? Whoever this is. Okay, so you got your Um, you got your crown chakra, your seventh chakra, your fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra, your third chakra, which is your sacral chakra, are all reversed, which means that they're blocked. But on the bottom, your third eye is open. Most likely your root chakra and your sacral chakra are okay. You also have somebody has hurt you because you have your heart chakra is blocked. And this can be either a man or a woman, but this is a woman holding a heart. So it's either somebody that's coming towards you with a heart or you. It could mean you. And it's reversed. So you've closed your heart for some reason. And so there's no victory for you. The victory card is reversed. So let me see if I can get, oh wait a minute, your third chakra is blocked. That's your stomach, your solar plexus. Yeah. Let's see if I can get any more information here. Mm-hmm. Wow, everything's blocked for you guys right now. What's going on with you guys? Um, you're not being grateful. Now this is obviously this is not for everybody. I don't know who this is for, but some people who are feeling blocked, this is what you needed to hear. Obviously, some of you are doing fine. So I don't know. There's just a lot of blockages. Means you're not being grateful, and that's causing other blockages. One of the things I discovered about myself was, having been a really severely abused person, I was in too much a victim mode all the time. And I like, oh, this happened and this isn't fair. And I don't like this and I don't like that. Even though all those things were true, I wasn't grateful because it hurt too much. It was hard for me not to feel ungrateful. So I had to find reasons to be grateful, like, well, at least I have a job today, or at least my car's running, or at least this or that. And I started concentrating on gratitude, and that's when there's more abundance started coming in. And then you have the thinking woman reversed, is that you're not thinking things through or you're not taking the time to devise a plan of action. Maybe you're just indecision again. It's that indecision. You're not resting. You really need rest right now. This is reversed. You need to turn it upright. No matter what you got to do, take time for meditation, rest, and rejuvenation. Okay. And then so as a result, you have financial constraints, and that's because you're not being grateful and you don't have a plan of action. You're indecisive. And so there's no victory for you. You got no victory and financial constraints because of your indecision and your no planning, and maybe you just want to hide in the corner and have a glass of wine or something. So you're missing out on your happiness because this is reversed. But on the bottom, your third eye is open, so you need to be meditating. Meditation is the key to begin this process of healing and getting messages from above. Okay, so I'm going to ask for one card, a positive card for Libra to close it out. Let's have a positive card for Libra to close it out. Let me turn this around and the deck around. Positive card for Libra to close it out. What is the one thing Libra can do? Okay, well, here it is. Door to spirit. You need to increase your spiritual program, whatever it is. If this one's open, it's ready for you. You need to start, I don't care what your faith is, doesn't matter. You need to be focusing on God. And every day, prayer, chanting, meditation, whatever it is, walking in nature, asking God to guide you, give you some help. That's what you can do to start the change, okay? All right, Libra, I hope that helps. I know it sounded kind of harsh and maybe a little negative, but these are just messages. That's the cards we're saying. If you're struggling right now, that's what's going on. And it doesn't mean it's forever. It could be different next week or next month, but you just maybe needed a little bit of a push and a clue as to what's happening. And, when I get some new cards, I'm going to have different kind of readings. These are very esoteric, but I might have some very specific readings for you. In the future, I'm ordering some new cards. So whenever they come, we'll see. All righty, Libra. I love you guys. I love all the Libras that I know, and wishing you all the best. And listen in to the collective reading and the wisdom readings coming, the Cosmic Energy Report. Maybe it'll have more information for you, okay? All right, until next time, I say namaste, Om Namah Shivaya, and I love you.